Hey, YouTube. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the situation that I heard about yesterday. I think it was Vicky Yohe is making a video concerning this guy she was dating, David Taylor, which I never heard of him, but I guess he's big. Here we go again. People, y'all starting to piss me off now. Human beings, Americans, Christian America, y'all have got to stop giving these people your money, and you've got to stop supporting these people who coming on stage telling you how they done sat down and talked to Jesus. They saw him face to face. Each one of them constantly making themselves basically some kind of Messiah themselves. Giving themselves, I mean, you guys got to stop being conned. You got conned. I started to look up this story about this girl, Vicky, and I ran into the guy first, David Taylor. Now he's one says he sees Jesus everywhere. I guess they just have a special relationship where he's the only one sees him. He gets pissed off at Juanita Bynum because she said at some point that she saw Jesus. He's telling her she needs to go sit down somewhere because he's the only one seeing Jesus. I mean, it's so ridiculous and stupid. How many stories are we going to get about people like David Koresh, all these cult leaders, Jim Jones, all these people who they always turn out to be frauds? There's always a man behind the curtain for you Wizard of Oz fans. So this dude saying he sees Jesus everywhere. I just saw him a few minutes ago. Juanita Bynum, you ain't seen nothing. Sit down. Well, Juanita Bynum had a huge following as well. She would go and give these fantastical stories, always making herself some kind of special prophet, you know. I thought the Bible said you killed the prophets. How'd they come back alive? Anyway, so after I got a little taste of him, I said, I don't want to hear no more. I don't care nothing about your relationship, your affair, anything else. What offends me is now this got one Jesus seer accusing the other Jesus seer of being a fraud. Now, what do you think her opinion of him is? You're just people. I mean, why do we have to keep putting these people like they're some kind of spiritual gods? These special people. They are the prophets. And we are the ones that make them stars. We make them celebrities. They should not be driving around like they are rock and roll stars or something. Because they can read a few verses out of a Bible and make it colorful, make it dramatic, and claim this to have seen something the rest of us haven't seen. If they are human, they see the same way you see. Listen here, I live in San Francisco. All day long, I walk around this city. I see people talking to themselves, having every kind of delusion imaginable. The human mind can do that. I saw a guy today on the bus. He's sitting up there having a conversation with somebody. I want to turn around and tell him, could you hold it down, shut the hell up, and get out of my ear? Turn around, no nobody there. He's just having a conversation. Schizophrenic. I'm not no doctor. I can't diagnose all these people, but I know it is not unusual for people to have delusions. People to hear things, see things. It's not. Listen, when I was a dope fiend, I used to do crystal meth. Crystal meth makes you stay up days at a time, right? No sleep. Usually don't eat. Don't drink no water. At the end of the day, you're like this, Yes, and I have walked for, I think it was two and a half miles, talking to someone who wasn't there. I've experienced it myself, so I'm not making it up. These people can tell you they saw anything. As far as you know, they need to be on medication. But y'all believe them and start sending them all this damn money and promoting them, supporting them. And so you have these regular people who are basically con artists. Now they are one step from God. Christians, you're gullible. You're gullible. Why can't you just accept that God is just God? Just talk to him just like he was standing in front of you. God, you're God. I don't need no special interpreter. I don't need nobody to go up and read the Bible. All they do is read the. Can't you just pick it up and read it yourself? At the time this ministry of this preaching came to, preachers would go up and they would read the Bible. Right, that was their job. That was their occupation. They would read what was written at that time. It had nothing to do with the New Testament. people were illiterate. You're not illiterate. You can pick it up yourself. You can pull up the Bible on your phone, and because he ain't gonna give you nothing but one verse, a paragraph, perhaps 2 or 3 of the little bitty paragraphs. He dress it all up, throw a bunch of hatred in there, so you know titillate you, and then you feel like this man, this is the man of God. Stop calling people man of God. Don't do that no more. This dude, David Taylor, is obviously a womanizer. He's had many, many, many girlfriends, and apparently different cities. He's I didn't go into the story because I didn't think the rest of the story is very important. This girl is disgruntled. She found out she's not the only one. One of the oldest stories in the book. But they get up in on podiums and act like they don't do that. Oh no, I'm the moral authority. So what is the difference between you putting your penis in all of these different women and somebody putting their penis with only their partner who happens to be the same sex? You always hollering about a sin is a sin, but then you committing them in multiple sections of sins. But since it's the same sex, I mean, the different sex, then it don't matter as much. It doesn't have as much power. Stop being gullible. Stop believing these fools. I don't care. He gonna get an attitude. Oh, you call me a fool, I'm gonna sue you. No. The way I see it, sir, you're a fool. But you're skillful. You can get up and you have enough nerve to get up in front of all these people and tell them that you have just seen Jesus. Couldn't I say I see Jesus? When I see a woman on the street bringing hand-baked pies and giving it to people on the homeless people, could I say I see Jesus? Yeah, I can make a pretty good story out of that. I saw Jesus today. I saw an act of kindness. You people, you have to be amoral to pull off these scams. Just like these people, they voted for Donald Trump because he's a Christian. What bullshit. There's nothing Christian about Donald Trump. There is nothing about that man that says anything about him being a Christian. When he told you that he just read it in, what was it? 1 Corinthians. Anybody who's been in the church at all have heard, what do you say, 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. Anybody in church knows it's 2 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. He didn't even know that. That means he's not been around no churches. Oh, he's a man of God. He loves God. So gullible. And Trump wasn't even putting much work into it. He just showed up at a couple of churches and y'all just done voted for him in the millions. All right, people, you get what you pay for. You're going out here, you're giving these people, you're making these people idols. You're giving them all your money. You're inviting them into your cities. And you're listening to this bullshit they're promoting. Anytime somebody telling you, well, people say, I heard from God. I hear God. I hear it. You know what that is? I heard from God today. Oh, God told me this. God told me that. You know, that irritates the shit out of me. But at the same time, I can't totally put it down because I've experienced where I felt like God was saying something to me as well. But it comes down to discernment. You discern that Jesus himself has said something to you. The difference between discernment and delusion. You want to believe something. You convince yourself it's true. You vocalize it. I don't believe in all this hocus pocus stuff. I believe that God is God and we are people. There ain't that much difference. A person, he's calling me. I hear the ring. I hear him ringing in my ears. He's calling me. He's hollering me. Yes, Lord. Isn't that what those soothsayers do? And those people who read the poems and all that, people cross over second lives and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know how much of it is real, but I know this dude sitting up here mad at the other prophet, David Taylor, telling her I need to buy. You're both doing the same damn thing. That irritated me. You're doing the same goddamn thing. Now, apparently he's getting the money right now. She was getting the money then. He resents that. So if you're so convinced that God can talk to people and you can see Jesus, how do you know she didn't see him? How do you know, David Taylor, Since you said you saw Jesus, he came and talked to you. You saw him in the flesh. Whatever form he takes. How can you be so certain that she didn't see him? You know why you're so certain that she didn't see him? Because you know you haven't seen him. You ain't no different than nobody else. You're just a con man. Con men, one of the ones, I think the twist on it is they convince themselves that it's true. Like Trump, con men. Anyway, people, so I know I'm not digging into that story. He's a womanizer. He has I don't know if he's married or not, child. But every week, it's getting annoying as hell. Every week, but I guess now we have social media. We're just more aware of these things. This woman, Vicky, she decided to go online. She can go online and address it. And suddenly, thousands of people would know what was going on in her head. See, before she can do that, she only published it in a Christian magazine somewhere. Now you go live, and this whole game has changed. Now we know those people are they're just people. The gift that they say that they've been called and all that. The gift is the gift of gab. That's what we call it. This is a slang name for what they're calling by God. It is the gift of gab. What can you communicate? Can you convince people? Can you convince people that you are somehow connected to God in a way that the rest of us are not? That's it. They're con men. Stop giving these people your money. I'll say we are. I'll put myself in there with it. We create these people. Stop sending them your money. Stop giving them support. Stop listening to this foolishness. Benny Hinn supposed to be he just make people walk and all this kind of stuff. They found out he's a fraud. Didn't the FBI just raid his house last year? FBI. Did the FBI raid prophets? Is this the same Benny Hinn sneaking out the hotel in London with Paula White? Same Benny Hinn that the wife walked out on him, didn't even tell him she was leaving? What would prompt that? All right, people, do what you want to do with your life, but keep your money. In my name, I don't want it, but keep it. Keep it to yourself. Stop giving these people power. All right? All right.